ladies and gentlemen. This is Youth Show, and today's topic is really fascinating. But before starting our show today, I want to ask you three questions. The first, have you ever noticed that the annual average temperature is increasing? Secondly, if you're not really, so do you feel that the weather is getting harsher every year? And the last one, are you really aware of these changes? If you say no to 2 out of 3 or to all of my questions, then you have to pay more attention because this is now one of the most alarming issues in the world, the environmental problems. And this is also our topic today. Because of its importance, I invited to the studio today 3 special guests that are really familiar to you. They are also the victims and the witnesses of the problem. Please give a big round of applause to our guests today, Ms. Wattery, Mr. Landy, and Mr. Airy. And first of all, I want to say thank you to your presence today on our show. And how are you these days?
I don't feel so well. Every day, every night, I breathe in the loose atmosphere, which is full of dust and fumes. For now, the only thing that keeps me still alive, aka my best friend, is the face mask.
He was watching Paris in a school festival. I was one in this elephant, and my beauty was no one compared. But now, the catastrophic pollution has destroyed the beauty.
That's our situation now. We all have to suffer a lot of disease because of contamination of human. I miss the good old days when our home was fresh.
I'm so sorry for your living conditions now. I'm so sorry about the problems that those people have caused. It would be amorous, but I think I should show this video to help the audience realize that how serious this problem are. Please take a look. As it can be seen from the video, there are many kinds and causes of pollution. This watery is used to living with floating trash, oil pollution on the surface, and raw sewage pumped directly into the water. Mr. Airy now isn't surprised at the enormous amount of smoke that is sent out in the air every day from factories and from the manufacturing activities, from vehicles and from fumigation. And big landfills, hazardous fertilizer or pesticides are of frequent to Mr. Landy. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you do will have both direct and indirect effects on the environment. So please consider every single thing you will do from now on. And yes, shall we have any proposals to these problems?
Yes, I truly believe that I should be well treated. Many people recklessly flush everything down to the sewage. Includes undissolvable materials, make them stuck and will not leave until the workers clear it. Liquid waste must be filtered carefully to eradicate chemicals and toxic waste before being pumped out into me. Also, using biodegradable or environmental friendly materials can help the environment, and it is an easy solution for people to follow. Also, humans can also learn from California and Los Angeles as they apply the shade balls method. The balls work by floating on the surface and blocking the sun rays to reduce evaporation by nearly 30 million gallons, enough to provide drinking water for 8,100 people for a full year. They also prevent the algae occurrence and chemical compound growing, causing nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. I cover 3/3 of the earth. Therefore, if I die, the humanity cannot last long.
Well, I heard of the idea that wastage should be classified into three kinds: organic, inorganic, and recyclable wastage. That we can find the right treatment for them. And I also think that people should reduce their wastes, such as harmful products to the environment, plastic, garbage, and heavy use. I also think that people should change their habits of using water. For example, people can plant native species and plant their plantings in a way that can reduce the runout of the water. And when they should water their lawn, as infrequently as possible. I also advise people to bring a reusable water bottle, preferably aluminum rather than plastic. Beside all of these solutions, I suggest people to reuse paper alternatives, technology, and also water. I will be very appreciated if people put together protect the earth from pollution.
The atmosphere we're breathing belongs to everyone. So everyone must have responsibilities for keeping it fresh and clean for our health and future. The number of industrial areas should be limited and the emission controls must be taken into action. Planting trees is also a must-do because trees are natural air filters. They can absorb the carbon dioxide and then release oxygen into the air, which makes the atmosphere cleaner. Moreover, people should use public transportations rather than personal vehicles. This solution can not only minimize the amount of exhaust fumes, but can also solve the traffic problem, which is causing a real headache all around the globe. And there are a lot of things that we can do to improve our planet, but it's only as long as we are determined and willing enough to do that.
Well, these solutions are really practical. And to wrap up, the Earth is the home of all living creatures. Therefore, humans, which are the most evolutionary creatures of the planet, must have the biggest responsibility to protect this home. And if you don't know where to start, just start from the small things. Do not litter. Pick up trash on the ground every time you see put it in the bins, etc. And many a nickel makes some uncle. And please speak your voice and give your hand to make the world become better. Make the world and the earth great again.